Okay, you have the narcissistic starter pack. So these are some features that you can become familiar with as having been a narcissistic relationship. If you want to understand the dynamics during and after the relationship. So you are somebody's supply source. Congratulations, goody gumdrops. Uh, this person isn't connected to you. This person is using you as a means to an end in order to recreate a relationship with their parents. You were that proxy for that, 12 to 9 to 13-year-old child. And you were there to provide stability and a sense of importance, in their manipulation of you. The end game for you is to be completely under control. In order to maintain control, you must first create the pleasure, create the carrot, which is the love bomb. This is a mirror of everything that you believed you wanted, and the opposites, seemingly opposite of everything you feared. And it's a relationship. So this person will mirror that to some varying degree of perfection, and you have to figure out the truth of that. Now, even normal people will mirror. The difference is the mirror, and both are seemingly a means to an end, right? A normal person will mirror in order to cooperate with another person, so you'll kind of mimic in order to understand and cooperate. A narcissist mirrors in order to create addiction and in order to provide a point of leverage that they have a relationship of trust enough that they can start slicing away at you. Part of that reinforcement is flying monkeys. So these are friends, these are exes, these are people in the satellite vicinity of the narcissist, designed to reinforce that when you're infatuated, they love you. When they hate you, when the narcissist hates you, the flying monkeys hate you, and so on and so forth. Seeds of doubt. So the seeds of doubt are little sprinkles of devaluation, and that is after the honeymoon phase is gone and they are confident that you are thoroughly addicted. Then seeds of doubt start getting established. Then you get afraid that you lose that love bombing, and so you work more and more and more, and then they get more and more fuel supply out of it. After the seeds of doubt has run its course, the 1,000 salami slices of devaluation are complete. You go through a Hoover period, meaning that once you're discarded as their current sources of supply dwindle, they'll start to hoover you back in order to start the creation, the process again. Love bombing, devaluation, etc. The victim cards. The narcissist will actually, in many cases, and majority of cases, see themselves as the victim of you, of their own victim. Just imagine a vampire blaming the person they're sucking the blood out of for not having enough blood. So they're in denial of their nature, and because of that denial, they refuse to face their own kind of parasitic disposition. And so, the opposite of any kind of story and self reflection, just like a vampire, I mean, they can't see themselves in the mirror. Um, they create a victim story, right? So you are just a empty blood bag, and then you are being blamed for being empty, ignoring completely that they sucked you dry. And that's part of that conflict process is gaslighting. Gaslighting is a a obfuscation of and confusion. So it's kind of like a smoke bomb, kind of, or a flashbang in warfare. Um, it doesn't have necessarily an end in of itself other than the confusion it creates, right? So they refuse to admit they have a problem. They don't want you to discover that they are actually a vampire. And so they'll create these gaslights in order to make you feel crazy, make you feel unstable, um, or encourage that state within you. So what you see is chronic dysfunction, um, lack of a productive synergy as far as the relationship goes, because they're single-mindedly focused on the addiction of their ego and feeding that false sense of self and totally ignoring the convergence, human synergy, and thus are unsustainable. All of it's waste. Most of the cycle never gets. They're never able to escape it for the most part, and they don't see that it's a problem in themselves. The person that can say no is the empath. Most usually some variation of the scapegoat child that had a parent. Um, a parent treated them as a scapegoat. And so you have the capacity to recognize the repetition of history and to avoid and leave it. But in order to recognize it, you have to have the labels. And now we have labels and icons. Thanks for listening. Take care.